For this year I've decided to create a new column to complement the KAEOI. It's called First Turn. While KAEOI is mainly focused on promising projects still in development, First Turn will be specifically devoted to those indie games that are already available in early access. Now, to inaugurate the First Turn column, here are the 10 promising indie RPGs and strategy games I've chosen for this episode. Please remember that this video is also available as a written article on turnbasedlovers.com. But before starting, please remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting us through our member program, Patreon page, and Buy Me a Coffee page. Lots of perks and mystery box awaits you. Anyway, let's go! Stellar Tactics by Maverick Games has been in early access for a few years now, and it's shaping up to be one of the deepest space RPGs around. Its living, open galaxy contains tens of thousands of star systems to explore that will grow and change dynamically over the course of the game. The player will recruit, equip and command a team of mercenaries across the massive setting, engaging in both ground-based and ship-to-ship combat. If you like the Space Rangers games of the early 2000s, don't miss out on Stellar Tactics. Updates are still ongoing regularly, but the game is in great shape overall. Check out its Steam page and see for yourself. Great Sage Game has created something wonderfully unique with Cogmind. It's a roguelike in the truest sense of the word, in that its appearance is a lot like Rogue. Behind the ashy style graphic is deep, challenging gameplay in procedurally generated environments. The player character is a combat robot able to disassemble and repurpose just about everything it can get its hands on. Everything in the game is destructible, and success hinges on swapping out your robot's parts on the fly from the scrap. The developer states on Cogmind's Steam page that the game is essentially complete, but they want to continue adding more features before they give it a full release on Steam. The age-old question of mecha games, it is more fun to command squads of giant killer robots from a top-down perspective, or hop into the pilot seat and blow stuff up yourself? Dual Gear lets you do both, solving that conundrum neatly. This early access title from Orbital Speed Studio presents players with a tactical map on which to deploy their mechs. When enemy forces are encountered, you'll take control of one of your machines within operational range and engage them in real-time combat. Tactical positioning is critical since only mechs who are close enough to the encounter area can join these skirmishes. Like any good mecha game, Dual Gear offers plenty of customization options for your unit, so you can craft exactly the squad you want. A free demo is available, so give it a try on Steam. Mech Armada takes a more traditional approach, presenting a highly customizable grid-based tactical game. Each mech on the player's team has thousands of possible builds, and part selection really matters due to the game's permadeath mechanics. Everything about each run, from maps to enemies and loot, is procedurally generated, so there is no way to know what to expect. Mech Armada is shaping up nicely since it entered early access in August. If enormous robot fighting even bigger monsters sounds like fun, check it out on Steam. As you might expect from the name, each run in tactics RPG roguelike Terra Randoma takes place on a completely new map, ensuring endless possible adventures. The game's focus on emergent narrative lets the player tell their own story, although there is an optional main quest if you want some structure in your campaign. The toy-like design of the characters is sure to appeal to tabletop enthusiasts, and the game can be as casual or as challenging as you like. If you'd like to learn more, read our full overview on turnbasedlovers.com or give the game a shot on Steam. Spire of Sorcery offers a fresh take on RPG combat, encouraging the player to think like an alchemist. Rather than hit points, the effects of each action are tracked with tokens. Filling up a character's stat tracks with tokens of a given type will have positive or negative consequences. A character who suffers too many negative effects at once will see their performance degrade sharply and eventually die. Players are sure to find plenty of new and exciting ways for their party to kick the bucket as they explore a world full of dangerous and frightening monsters. Try it out if you're an RPG fan hungry for something different. On Steam. Developer Valin has assembled quite the team for their gridless tactical RPG Shows Unknown, with industry vets from Japan, Russia, Spain and the UK. They even hired writers Oli Chance and Morgan Rushton, whose combined credit include Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest and Ni no Kuni. This heavily stylized title offers a plan and execute battle system, where players issue orders at all once before the party attempts to carry them out. Character progression is organic, with skills and even classes being unlocked based on heroes' actions during combat and the equipment they carry. Shows Unknown is coming out on the first anniversary of its early access release, and it's definitely a game to keep an eye on Steam.
I have awaited your coming, visitors not of this shore.
Japanese horror is a beloved and it is disturbing, and World of Horror is one of the finest homage around to the unsettling subgenre. Players delve into the mysteries of a seaside town, uncovering things better left unknown. The game's one-bit art style feels, in all the best ways, like it was pulled straight from an Apple II computer. Encounters range from subtly unnerving to outright horrifying, amplified by a soundtrack that lends the game an ominous atmosphere as only a retro soundboard can. This is a game that truly deserves to be completed and played. It's entirely playable and in its current state, so check it out, maybe with the lights on, just in case. Terminus dropped the player into the middle of a claustrophobic zombie-infested building and challenges them to escape. Everything from scavenging to fighting to just moving around takes turns, and with each turn your character's condition worsens. even scarier, a single bite from a zombie is all it takes to seal your fate. If you're a fan of the classical Resident Evil games and prefer the puzzles over the combat, playing Terminus should be a no-brainer, pun intended. Terminus is on Steam. Ishtar Games is on to something with their dark fantasy city builder or defense game, The Last Spell. It plays like a turn-based They Are Billions, requiring the player to fight off massive waves of monsters every night, then rebuild and prepare during the day. The sprite-based art style gives the game a gothic Final Fantasy Tactics vibe, albeit with many more units on screen at once. There are plenty of ways to fight off each night's assault, from mighty heroes to devastating siege weapons. The Last Spell is designed to be challenging, so expect to see the game over screen often. Even if you are not looking for a hard game right now, at least swing by the Steam page to sample The Last Spell's symphonic metal banger of a soundtrack. Let me know what you think about these 10 indie early access RPGs and strategy games in the comments below. Remember to check out the written version of this video on turnbasedlovers.com, and remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting us through our member program, Patreon page and Buy Me a Coffee page. Wish you the best, ciao!